What's going on, everybody? Welcome to... What the heck? This lens is so dirty. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to vlog number 3. Today is a big day. We've got a bunch of stuff coming in. Today is all about the warehouse. Ever since things sold, I just kind of got a little bit lazy and stuffed it with random stuff. Like, look at this. I just got this, another one of these. It's a tape dispenser. It's brand new. I haven't used it yet, put water in it, but look at this. Like, this is what's going on. I think that's why I got another one of those, because if this thing goes down, I can't tape any boxes and it's gonna be a nightmare. So I was like, you know what? 1 is none, 2 is 1, and I stole that from the kitchen. Whenever I have space, I tend to fill it, and when it's not intentionally allocated for certain things, in this case, paste rolls and respawns and that kind of stuff, it gets cluttered with stuff that really should not be living rent-free. Maybe that's some food for thought. What in your life is living rent-free when it should be, that space should be used for something more valuable and more intentional? I think we're gonna outgrow this place pretty quick. And we're approaching freaking summer, and in Texas, man, it's gonna get hot. Now, I know there are some people here that probably have small businesses and have been around boxes. Maybe you worked in a warehouse. This is my own small scale version. To me, this is a lot of boxes. I don't know if you can see, I can pan down a little bit here. But we've got the heaviest boxes on the bottom. Those are for like the bulk orders and volumes. So that's like instructors, ranges, clubs. And then as we go higher up, we have more high volume shooters, but maybe they don't work at a range, or maybe they just shoot a lot for themselves, or maybe they go around and teach like I do, right? So that's kind of this shelf right here. And then as we get further up, we get smaller and smaller and lighter. It's actually been quite fun, and it's been very interesting to spend so much money on boxes. This is one of my most underrated bags. It's very specific, and I think that's why most people are not understanding what this was made for, and I guess that's my fault. Coming from Appendix with a very streamlined setup, it felt very weird to me to have just the holster, mag, gun, and then carry around a giant cart. I want a bag that can carry my magazines and some loose ammo. So looked all over the internet for something that could do that job, and I couldn't find it. This is while I was designing the duffel, which is my large bag. This is the duffel. All the bags have the same kind of construction, which is a very, very heavy duty canvas construction. Wax canvas, water resistant, weather resistant. And then we've got genuine brass, solid brass hardware on the zippers. And then we've got nylon webbing and leather accents, right? So pretty clean, pretty timeless. Also was designing the carry-on. A little bit lower profile, great as a packing cube in something like my Seahorse. But this can carry around 600 to 700. Some people have put 800 rounds in here. This can carry like 1200 plus and other things. I was looking for something kind of in between. 5 loaded or unloaded mags in the front. So I have some Beretta APX mags in here. That's a great number of magazines for a local match or even a major. About 100 rounds. And then on the back, I can fit loose ammo. And I think I just put more magazines in there. In the back can fit around 250 plus of 9mm. Pretty handy. And my wife loves these for like makeup brushes and stuff. My wife also uses this for like breast pump stuff. And that makes me feel kind of weird. And now you know what I know. Wearing different clothing now, different hats, so you can tell it's the next day. But the inventory did not come in yesterday as it was supposed to. So it's actually supposed to be here like any moment now. But in the meantime, all the shelf space is pretty much primed to receive all that stuff. And then we're gonna use a like box system. So instead of buying all those bins that I had bought previously, we're just gonna use the boxes that the rolls are coming in. There's like 85 boxes. I think in total, everything's weighing about 3,000 pounds. If you're a small business owner, or you've been thinking about starting your own small business, whether it's in the gun space or like you sell scrunchies or stickers or whatever, I'm kind of in that like first like trimester of getting the infrastructure set up. So maybe this will help you guys out and give you some ideas as to how to set up your warehouse or storage area or your inventory and all those systems. So, yep. Hopefully this is interesting. I heard someone say this like many years ago, all content serves like one of these three different roles. So we've got entertainment, we've got information/education, and we got motivation. And for me, entertainment is not necessarily like my end goal. It's kind of the wrapper and the hook that I want to use as a tool, but first and foremost, I want to help motivate and inspire as well as guide. One thing for me growing up is I had a very interesting upbringing with my father. And so I was constantly looking for someone who can give me wisdom. And I would normally look at people who were older as default, you were wiser than me, you're smarter than me. And I was always taught in my upbringing to respect my elders. As I grew up, I started to recognize people I thought were wise just because of their age. Age was pretty much the only thing because that equals experience. And sometimes people equate experience to wisdom, right? But you can go your entire life and just F around. As I grew up, I just realized that people I thought who were wise because they were older weren't exactly that. And it was really up to me to seek out truths and wisdom and sources of those things. And I want to be that for you guys. That's one thing. It's like education, but not just any education, not just facts, not just like shooting tips or like business tips or whatever. It's just like, I want to impart wisdom, things that are applicable to your life and will help generally steer you in a direction that no matter what you're choosing to do, with these kinds of principles, you're most likely going to be okay. Productivity versus busyness has been something on my heart lately. And I think we've all felt it, where you do a bunch of stuff, you're waking up early, you're working through the night, and you feel like you've accomplished a lot and nothing at the same time. And it's a very infuriating, frustrating, defeating feeling because you're like, what? You don't know where else to extract value and output from because you feel like I've inputted so much that like there has to be some kind of thing at the end of the equation. And you're not seeing it, and that just makes you stop. And I felt that many, many times in my shooting, in my relationships, and in my business. In a matter of like just a couple months, it's like this nonstop. And one thing I would urge you guys to take into perspective is timeline itself. Like whatever you think, like originally I thought this was going to replace my original job in like 3 months. And then we're like, that was way too short. 1 year. Like all of this is arbitrary. Like it happens when it happens. And so kind of expecting it to happen within some kind of like random timeline is going to set you up for frustration. Like you're going to just be unhappy no matter what, because you're going to always expect it to happen in this amount of time when in reality, it's this amount of unforeseen time. So that's one part. Asking myself, why am I so busy? Am I doing a bunch of things that actually like move the needle? Am I essentially just procrastinating and just filling my time up with menial tasks? And that's what I found myself doing a lot. So before I engage in a list of things to do, I have to ask myself now, should I be doing those things? Why should those things be the priorities for the day? Who do they serve? Is there a component actually that we're waiting, like being patient is actually a task in itself? Like it's hard to kind of insert that into your list of things because you want to control the outcome a lot of times. And it doesn't mean you're doing nothing. It means you are simply allowing the work you have done, those meaningful tasks that you have done, to take into effect. It gives you a lot of peace when you understand that, no, I'm actually supposed to be like chilling for a moment. And that's the same thing whether it be a Sunday and it's like your Sabbath day or Saturday. Resting is a discipline. But the more I am saying, it'll happen when it happens. I've done my thing. I know that I have confidence that what I have done, what I can control, I've been doing, and I'm just going to do it the next day. And then if I've done everything I can, then I'm just going to let it take into effect and then see the lay of the land a little bit and then reassess. Patience, timeline, asking yourself if you're doing what you should be doing, and executing those things with violence of action. And that includes waiting. If you got a family, you're in between jobs, you're looking to start your own business, or you're training for a match or something, you want to get better at a skill, just keep at it. Consistently show up. If you need help, seek out resources full of wisdom, like actual wisdom. You don't want to be busy. You want to do things that move the needle. Said it before, and I'll say it again. I did not know I was going to be spending so much money when we started Cloak and Dagger. Whatever you think you're going to spend most of your time and money on when you start, whether it's a business or a hobby, I'm starting to learn that you're spending like 20% of your time, or just around that, 30% of your time doing the thing that you think you're going to do. And then like 70-80% of your time actually doing stuff like adjacent to that stuff. The teaching portion was only like 20% of what I actually do. And then 80% was like marketing, back end stuff, like website. It made it like really not fun, but that's why it's a business, not just teaching. It's a training business, right? And now with the retail stuff, it's like, it's not just product development and selling, it's all the infrastructure around that. Again, website, payment portals, advertising, supply chain management. All this is a shipping scale. So this is gonna hopefully like just give me more accurate readings when I'm shipping things out. And so like every product or every package that goes out, the postage is dependent on volume, yes, but actually more impactful than the volume itself is the weight. And so when you add, you know, a roll to your cart or several rolls or a bag and several rolls, my website can give you an accurate total and give you an accurate postage. The only way I can do that is if I have a scale, and you can't really use a food scale because some of these packages are like 50 pounds and some of them are like 10 pounds. So this one can hold, well, here's what it looks like. It can hold up to 440 or read up to 440 pounds. There's a severe impact to the customer. Like if you buy 5 rolls and it's 45 bucks, I want to make sure that when you're spending $7 to $10 on shipping on a $45 order, that's only because you absolutely have to pay that and not because I'm being sloppy with my estimations or Shopify or whatever is the website and estimator is being sloppy with it. Oh, here we go. It's working. But the thing that we forget is the accumulation of doing things right for an extended duration of time. And postage is one of those things like, yeah, it's $1 more if you estimate versus if you got the exact rating or weight or whatever. Like, yeah, you'll save $1, but over the course of thousands of parcels going out, that's thousands of dollars. And it's typically on the customer's end. So I don't want you guys wasting your money or your time or any resource for that matter. $30 scale, 1 day or same day shipping, it's worth it. So all the rolls were just delivered. FedEx people were very nice. They asked if I have a TikTok. I said no. All the boxes are right here. They're currently melting in the sun, so we got to get them onto the shelves. But before we do, we have to make a little, you know.
Saying like, oh, I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this.
And I changed my pants too because there was a hole. Hey, we got our respawns. Another thing that as a small business owner in this kind of space I had to buy a lot of is razors. And luckily, I bought like a 100-pack a week ago. So this thing is cutting nice and smooth. But I can only imagine if I had that one razor that originally came with this that I had used to death, this would not be as easy. Ooh. Okay, we've got our 1K black paster rolls. Some new items, 50 packs of the head box. IPSC Respawn. These ones were pretty tricky to make. They have a perforated A as well. Large black rolls, large and small white rolls. I'm super sticky and nasty and gross. And there's bugs coming in here. I need to get a zapper. There's like legitimately like, yeah. Howdy, folks. I am currently in the parking lot of my dentist's office. Just got a teeth clean done. We're going to be heading over to a big range in Waxahachie called ETTS. And we're going to be dropping off some pasters to my buddy Jimmy. He's heading a major match called the North Texas Open or North Texas State, something like that. There's a lot of matches here, a lot of majors here called North Texas something. So I get them all confused. If you are in the area or you're looking for majors to attend, look for that one. I think it's in June. Let's get there. It's a little bit of a drive, so I'll be listening to my podcasts. And then I think he wants to give me a tour. The Jeep. Check out this action. Jimmy works at ETTS. We just gave him his pasters. First major match to have Cloak and Dagger pasters. And he's about to give me a tour of the range.
So we're starting at 360 all the way out to 1260.
Dang. I don't think there's many ranges that have this kind of range.
No, there's not.
Right? I think as far as I'm aware, this is the only 1,200,000 yard range that I know of within like a 2-hour drive.
Catfish.
It's actually kind of pretty here.
Yep, this is tack 1. So the way we're set up is, as you can see, is we've got target stands with target sticks. Then you just staple your targets to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a piece of steel out there that you can engage with a rifle. 55 grain 223 is the max. So where I'm taking you right now is probably a good place for you to be. I mean, you can set up whatever you wanted. You know, we can put walls out here for you. You could do vehicles if you want to do that. We have vehicles that you could use. Just don't shoot them. I mean, you know, you could shoot out of them and things like that, or you could shoot around them. You know.
What are the dimensions for this bay? Mister, I know exactly how many yards in a mile.
Don't be hating already. We're close to 60 yards back here. 60 yards here and about 40 wide. These are member bays here. They go out about 150 yards.
First time I ever came here was RX Range Day with Achilles Heel Tactical.
Okay.
Like 2022.
Oh yeah.
And it was here. And I think these are the bays that we were using.
Yeah.
And today's pretty nice. Yesterday was a little bit warm.
Yeah.
I was sweating like a pig in my garage just trying to get those paste rolls for you.
Get you a freaking AC unit in there.
Yeah, that's the plan. But that thing, like a mini split,
Yeah.
costs like, plus I have a freaking HOA. But like that's gonna cost like, it's about like $1,000 for the unit.
Right.
And then install it, cutting through brick and all that stuff. It's gonna be, I think it's totally like $3,000 or so. That's gonna happen because I need to operate out of there, but
Just sell more stuff.
just make more money.
They make more money. 30 head of Black Angus right now.
Yum.
Right? To show you they're having babies.
Do we have baby cows?
They got baby calves. ETTS.
Can you read it? Oh yeah.
Yep.
Extreme Tactics and Training Solutions X. Oh my gosh, I see the baby one.
Here's the baby. He was just born.
Oh my god.
Watch out where you're stepping. He was born last night.
Dude, this
Yeah.
guy's literally 1 day old.
Yeah, and then he's about a week and a half old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. You want to pet him?
Yeah. He bite?
No, he's not going to bite.
Oh my gosh, dude. Brand new. Wow.
Yeah. This one over here is named Mustard.
So I don't know if what I'm doing right now is like legal, but because I'm in here alone, I think it's fine. Not that normal to have a range this big, this many bays, so much long range, I'm gonna mute this part because I'm gonna pee and it's gonna sound kind of like a waterfall. You hear that? That's running water. Peed on my hands, so I need to. This is the Ross Martin. You can be in this.
Yeah, RM1C. Yeah. Wow. Here we go.
It's kind of like a Glock 19, 15. Or is this an extension?
No, it's 15. And then this is going to be...
Wait, why is there one that has a thicker
This is
base pad?
15. Safety chamber, magazine. There we go.
Okay, that's actually not that bad.
No, it's not. Showing the Dallas, Texas. It's on the slide.
It says right here. Wait. It says it right here.
You want to go shoot it?
My wife's sunglasses. She left them at the dentist's office too, and I got them from the dentist.
Yeah. Gonna be shooting the Ross Martin, Buffalo Creek.
Low left.
Low left. Going hot.
That's actually not that bad. That's not as bad as I thought. It shoots like a 17.
You want to run another mag?
Yeah? Me missing is just because I don't know how to aim with these things.
No.
The buttons are good. Slide. All the controls feel nice. You see that?
Yeah.
That's just me not knowing how to aim. It feels good.
What do you think about the Buffalo Creek ammo too?
I can't tell if it's the gun or if it's the ammo though. That's the thing.
Right.
I mean, the whole experience is good. Whoa, I didn't even notice this too. It's kind of crowned too.
Yep.
That's super nice.
Yeah.
I like it. Thank you, brother, for a great time. ETTS is mega huge. He let me shoot the Ross Martin, and I've seen this gun on the internet before, and I've always been interested just because it was kind of touted as not a Glock killer, but just something in that space, and especially because it's kind of geared towards duty, reliability, and concealed carry. Now I'm just gonna head to Costco, get some groceries. My wife is probably hungry. I'm gonna get a hot dog and a Diet Coke. I don't have much trunk space because I have a bunch of like Target stands. There's always a cost, whether or not you know it. Opportunity cost, whether it be time, resources, money, or freedom. Not knowing what the right thing to do is and going all in the possibly the wrong direction. Ugh. You might not know what it is in the moment, but there absolutely is something that you're missing out on. And so being able to say no and knowing what the right thing is to say no to is vital. This person's trying to get into here. So how do you know what to say no to? That's the question. When it's worth your time, worth your resources. Look at the clothes. So something that we do at our house is we take steaks, chicken thighs like this, and then we can't eat it all too fast, so we freeze whatever we're not gonna immediately use. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I am super tired, so if what I'm about to say doesn't make any sense, take it all with a grain of salt. I did all the work up front with Cloak and Dagger in terms of the retail side of stuff. So whether it be the canvas bags or the pasters, I did all the designing, all the manufacture research. And so when it came time to actually buy, all I had to do was pretty much say, here's how many I would like, give them the money. However, because of that desire to be productive, even though my brain knew like, oh, hey, like you've already placed the order, all you gotta do is wait until you get the stuff so you can sell it, I felt very uneasy. So I think that's a good example of when you start to feel that kind of like busyness versus productive mix-up where your wires get crossed, is that when you literally done everything and all you have to do is remain patient, just wait to kind of let the decisions and actions you've made take into effect. I had my back end website stuff all developed and I literally just needed product to ship out and just get out to people's hands, to y'all's hands. The anxiety and the antsiness, the impatience, man, that was tough. Patience and discernment and focus. It's not just about doing whatever you want with like extreme passion and all that stuff if it means you're going in the wrong direction. Another example of this would be if you're shooting a match. Like the person who's doing the most stuff doesn't tend to be the person with the highest hit factor. It tends to be the person who's doing the least amount of work at the right time, right? While not sacrificing points. If you're just shooting a bunch of rounds, doing a bunch of makeup shots, adding in extra steps, you're not gonna have a good time, but you're gonna feel like you exerted a lot of energy. That's not the point. Efficiency is the point. Discernment is a skill I've been working on to have the correct focus, saying no to certain things so I can say yes to the right things, and then not worrying about some arbitrary timeline that I've set for myself because, man, I'm trying to learn how to plan with that expectation so I don't set myself up for frustration and just having peace in my heart. Hope that makes sense. I'm super tired. Today was a long day. This was a long vlog. I'm sorry, but I hope you're enjoying your 5 a.m. workout. If you're looking for ammo bags, the best pacer products on the market, or you're looking for training, one-on-one or group classes, and you're in the DFW area, or maybe even around the country, hit up my website, cloakanddagger.solution. That's where you'll find everything regarding me. Other than that, weekly videos dropping Mondays at 5 a.m., so you'll have something to watch during cardio. I'm gonna finish wrapping up these steaks with whatever brain power I have left. I hope you guys got some food for thought, and I'll see you in the next one.